Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news. Camilla's shocking manipulation over King Charles' final decision left William and Harry in tears. According to an insider source, Camilla, Queen Consort, was accused of engaging in stunning manipulation in order to interfere with the union of Prince Harry and King Charles, as well as Prince William's bold move in the midst of royal turmoil. This makes the position of Prince Harry, who is now in the United Kingdom for judicial proceedings, much more problematic. The House of Windsor is no stranger to drama, but over the course of the last 3 weeks, the monarchy has been on the verge of a fresh crisis that has never experienced anything like it before. The storm centers around Queen Camilla, Prince Harry, and the ailing King Charles. They are the ones suffering the most in a brutal family feud over their health and power. Due to the fact that Prince William has emerged as a significant figure, the future of the royal family, as well as Prince Harry's position within it, is now in a state of uncertainty. This is a legal battle with personal stakes, and it involves Prince Harry's return. The Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, made his way back to the United Kingdom last week, but not for the purpose of attending a family reunion. Rather, he was there to engage in a court battle against the Home Office. At issue was his entitlement to receive police protection while he was in the United Kingdom, a privilege that he had lost once he resigned from his royal responsibilities in the year 2020. There are still unresolved difficulties between Prince Harry and his father, King Charles, and the court case, which is half public and somewhat private, has become a lightning rod for these emotions. According to papers filed in court and remarks made to the public, Harry asserts that the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVEC, which is responsible for determining the security arrangements for royals and VIPs, did not adhere to its regulations and singled him out for unjustified and inferior treatment. In light of the fact that the Duke and his family have been subjected to threats, the legal team for the Duke contends that the removal of his security was not only unjust, but also possibly hazardous. You can feel Harry's rage in the air. He called the ruling unlawful and unfair, implying it was meant to make his trips to the UK so dangerous that he would have to skip them. "It was as if they wanted to make it impossible for me to return," he added, echoing feelings that he has expressed in interviews and in his memoir, Spare. "I can't believe they did that." The feud with King Charles has caused a rift among the family. This court struggle is only the public face of a more profound and intimate rupture between the parties. There have been many allegations, including coverage by The Telegraph and The Times, stating that Prince Harry and King Charles have not spoken directly with one another for several recent months. Some have suggested that the frostiness between the father and son stems at least partially from the security conflict. On many occasions, Harry has dropped hints that the removal of his protection was a calculated attempt to coerce him and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, into returning to the ranks of working royals. According to statements made by friends of Harry to the media, he is of the opinion that only King Charles can break the deadlock there. A reliable source conveyed their views to Victoria Ward of The Telegraph, stating, "Restoring his security would be a significant step forward." Despite the fact that Sir Clive Alderton, the King's private secretary, is a member of RAVEC, royal insiders maintain that it would be wholly inappropriate for the King to participate in a judicial procedure. The ruling of the court, which is anticipated to be made after Easter, will not oblige RAVEC to take any action. Even if Harry succeeds, there's no guarantee that his safety will return. Buckingham Palace, for its part, has refuted the notion that King Charles could or ought to interfere in the situation. There have been some shocking revelations and lingering suspicions. A crucial finding was discovered by Harry throughout the course of the legal processes. Sir Edward Young was a member of Ravec at the time the decision about security was taken. He was the private secretary of the late Queen Elizabeth II and had significant tensions with Harry. He has subsequently been succeeded by Sir Clive Alderton, who is now serving as the right-hand man to the king. The information that has been revealed has given Harry further reason to believe that the decision to remove him from security was not only a bureaucratic one, but rather a personal one. According to what Ward says, the Roe has become the driving factor in the ongoing lack of communication with his father. He has made it abundantly clear that the king is the only person he believes has the ability to put an end to this nightmare in which he has allowed himself to become so deeply ensconced. A queen in the eye of the storm is what we refer to as the Camilla factor. During this time of upheaval, Queen Camilla's position has been subjected to a great deal of criticism. Camilla has had a key influence on King Charles's schedule and choices, especially as he continues to endure treatment for cancer, according to several insider sources that have been reported by the Daily Mail and The Sun. Camilla is said to have encouraged Charles to continue with a scheduled state visit to Italy, claiming that the trip should not be postponed, despite the fact that medical advice urged prudence. A member of the palace staff is said to have informed The Sun that Queen Camilla has encouraged King Charles to continue with the trip rather than postponing it. King Charles's health is insufficient for the long-day trips planned in Italy, the worker said. These insistences have caused royal observers to raise their heads and have prompted suspicion about Camilla's reasons for doing what she is doing. If these sources are to be believed, Camilla's drive to keep Charles involved in royal responsibilities is not just motivated by a sense of duty, it is also motivated by a desire to maintain control. According to a source inside the organization, she is concerned that if Prince Harry returns to the United Kingdom and reconciles with the king, it will make it more difficult for her to achieve her goals of securing royal titles for her own family. It was decided that Harry, Camilla, and the king would not meet. In the course of the proceedings of the court case that Harry was involved in, it was reported that he had asked for a secret audience with King Charles to negotiate the terms of his return to the United Kingdom. It has been said that Charles was amenable to the proposal, but Camilla is believed to have been averse to the arrangement because she was concerned that it would give Harry influence in the ongoing discussions with the family. According to the assertions of one insider, Camilla has declined the opportunity to arrange a meeting between King Charles and Prince Harry. Reports indicate that a heated phone discussion escalated the animosity between Prince Harry and Camilla. During the call, Harry accused Camilla of conspiring with the king and obstructing his attempts to reach a definitive agreement over his homecoming. At the same time that Harry is dealing with ambiguity over his resident status in the United States as a result of new immigration restrictions suggested by former President Donald Trump, the stakes are very high. A return to the United Kingdom would provide stability, but only provided his safety and status are ensured from the beginning. The struggle for succession is at the heart of titles and ambitions. Apparently, the hatred between Harry and Camilla has reached a new level, with Camilla purportedly campaigning for Harry's ducal title to be revoked and handed to her son, Tom Parker Bowles. The feud has reportedly escalated to a new level. According to some with knowledge of the situation, this action has not only caused friction with Prince Harry, but also with Prince William and Princess Anne. According to a source inside the palace, even Prince William, who has his own issues with Harry, cannot agree with Camilla's demand to give her son a royal title, especially by taking it from Harry if it means taking it away from him. There has never been a situation in which a dukedom would be bestowed onto a non-royal blood relative, and it is quite possible that this would result in a constitutional crisis. In a private meeting, Prince William made a bold move by drawing a line over the situation. In the midst of the mayhem, Prince William has emerged as a significant personality. Behind closed doors, It is believed that William met privately with Harry during his recent trip to the United Kingdom. This approach is in contrast to the public appearances that have portrayed a unified front between the two personalities. It has been stated that the brothers discussed the terms and circumstances under which Harry may potentially return to the royal family. One person with knowledge of the situation said that William is determined to protect the integrity of the monarchy. There is a possibility that he would want to see Harry's titles taken away, but he does not consider it acceptable to give them to Camilla's family. Both princes acknowledge the need to reach a compromise during the discussion, which is alleged to have been contentious, but ultimately fruitful. The situation that William is in is tricky. William, as the heir to the throne, must balance his loyalty to his family with the demands of the institution. The royal analyst Richard Fitzwilliams argues that the king is aware of the significance of unity, particularly in light of the fact that his health is now in doubt. However, he is also aware that any appearance of capitulation to Camilla's ambitions would certainly be disastrous. The health of King Charles is a crown that is in danger. The continuing fight against cancer that King Charles is engaged in is the background against which all of these maneuverings are taking place. Sources have confirmed that the king is having substantial adverse effects as a result of his treatment, despite the fact that Buckingham Palace has been tight-lipped about the details. An insider at the palace has said that the physicians have recommended he reduce the amount of time he spends on his agenda since his energy levels are low. Nevertheless, Camilla is encouraging him to keep going, particularly with regard to the trip to Italy. There are many who see this to be an act of devotion, while others regard it as a calculated maneuver to keep Charles away from Harry and the turmoil that is occurring at home. More and more people are becoming concerned about the king's health. If Charles can't fulfill his duties, most Britons support a temporary regency. According to Professor Vernon Bogdanor, an expert on constitutional law, the monarchy cannot afford to have a vacuum at the most senior level. If the king's health continues to worsen, Prince William will be required to take the initiative. The public and the opinions of experts are as follows: fatigue, skepticism, and sympathy. The people in the United Kingdom are observing the developing drama with a combination of compassion and cynicism over the situation. Although there is some sympathy for Harry's security worries, many people believe that he has brought his problems upon himself by withdrawing from royal responsibilities and voicing family frustrations in public. This is shown by opinion surveys. Penny Junor, a royal biographer, believes that people have grown weary of the Sussex family's soap opera. However, there is also a feeling that the palace has handled the problem in an inappropriate manner. Conspiracy theories have been helped along by the lack of openness around security choices, which has further exacerbated the gulf. The present standoff is unsustainable, according to the consensus of the experts. According to the historian Robert Lacey, the monarchy thrives on what is known as stability and continuity. The degree of internal conflict that exists inside the family is detrimental, not just to the family but also to the institution as a whole. The future of the monarchy is discussed in A Palace Divided. As the holiday of Easter draws near, the royal family is confronted with a number of important choices. The decision that the court makes about Harry's security matter will establish a precedent for the manner in which the monarchy deals with dissent and departure. With Camilla's aspirations coming into conflict with centuries of tradition, the topic of titles and succession has not been settled, even though it has been brought up. Above all else, the state of King Charles's health is a significant factor that influences all of these discussions. In the event that the king is unable to make decisions for himself, Prince William will be expected to take on more responsibilities, maybe even in the role of Prince Regent. While Prince Harry is making his way back into the royal fold, the road ahead is still littered with challenges. The palace would have to swallow its pride and make a rare public concession in order to make a step that would allow for reconciliation with his father, which seems to be conceivable only if his fears over his safety are adequately addressed. At the same time, the stakes are quite high for Queen Camilla. Because of her attempts to ensure that her own family has a legacy, she has found herself in conflict with both Harry and William, which has led to concerns being raised about her influence and her motives. When it comes to Prince William, the next few months will put his leadership and determination to the test. Due to the fact that he is the apparent successor, he is required to negotiate the perilous seas of family allegiance, public expectation, and the survival of the institution. In conclusion, is it a war of attrition or a war of swords? In this moment, the House of Windsor is at a fork in the road. The decisions that are made in the coming weeks will not only define the destiny of individual members of the royal family, but they will also influence the future of the monarchy itself. Is it possible that the palace will find a way to repair its fractures, or will the rivalry between Prince Harry, Camilla, and the rest of the royal family escalate into a battle of attrition against each other? As the whole world watches, there is one thing that can be said with absolute certainty: the drama surrounding the British royal family is not even close to being finished. In addition, the stakes have never been greater than they are in this most recent episode. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for now.